Overwatch.
Kaboom indeed, you drunken wretch!
Is that supposed to be a Tokemon impression? Because that did not sound anything like him.
Team Fortress 2 is a free game with no hidden fees. The complete version of Overwatch is $60. Boom! Done! Shut it down. It's over.
The fact that this video didn't end here.
Consider that Overwatch has microtransactions.
TF2 doesn't? Do you even know how many things you can buy in TF2? Oh wait, that's because you only played the game for 5 minutes, god damn it!
And people say that Candy Crush is a bad time.
What the f does Candy Crush have to do with your argument? Candy Crush is shit, and you know it.
Okay, sure, Overwatch is being sold as a complete game at full price, but that's because it is.
I mean, you're right, but does that mean you're saying TF2 is not a full game? Because it is inarguably larger than Overwatch in every single way except characters.
If you want to play as a scout, wearing a Dovahkiin helmet, wielding a giant fish as a weapon, you can.
No, you can't. Firstly, it's called the Dragonborn helmet, and secondly, it can only be worn by a heavy, not a scout.
It would appear as though I am on fire.
Ah, fantastic roast. 10 out of 10. You are so funny.
But Overwatch wins where it truly matters, and that is gameplay.
Better in gameplay? That is a 100% subjective statement right there. I thought Deadlock was meant to be based off of predictions and facts, not your own subjective opinion.
Stood, sure, but is now getting replaced.
Do I even need to say anything here?
And numbers since Overwatch's release in May have reached an all-time low for the game.
And reached a high again just a few months after.
Overwatch is a true team-based shooter, where teams need to be made of a diverse set of heroes and actually work together to succeed in the game. The end goal is always completing your objective, be it moving a vehicle across the map or defending a certain position.
Competitive exists.
Team Fortress is also objective-based, but features things like kill-death ratios and rewards for dominating the enemy.
Firstly, you can just ignore kill and death ratios, and dominating players gives nothing other than a little emblem on the stat screen, which I would not call a reward.
This makes it much less appealing to play as, say, a healer or other support character, since they're not as likely to get impressive numbers in those areas.
Wrong. A medic is likely to get many assist kills if he's healing a good player.
In other words, in an ironic twist, Overwatch does Team Fortress better than Team Fortress.
If you didn't get that joke, he was supposed to say that it does team in Team Fortress better than Team Fortress. But of course you didn't bother having any script editors.
Considering it's the same game nearly a decade later.
No, it's not.
Only with fewer maps, of course. TF2 has 100.
With over half of the maps being community made.
You can call me Torbjorn, cause I'm just standing here, and I just got play the game.
What the hell was that of a roast?
12 maps, again in 2 months after release as opposed to 9 years, but it's quality over quantity.
That aged poorly.
But Overwatch's characters are just more mobile.
And you're saying TF2's characters aren't? I mean, just look at the Scout. His entire gameplay style is avoiding all bullets and has to use the surroundings to his advantage.
They can roll, they can fly, teleport, use grappling hooks.
You can both teleport and use grappling hooks in TF2.
With apologies to Freddie Wong, there's no need for convoluted rocket jumping in Overwatch.
Oh yeah, cause it's never good to learn extra skills to become better at your character.
That TF2's more limited characters.
You're calling TF2's characters limited? Tell that to the 30 heroes that are stuck with their playstyle that they can't ever change.
You know what isn't open in Overwatch? Community servers. And that means that the community won't be as active within the game, which is a total bummer.
Okay, first good point. I'm taking a sin away for that.
Unlike in TF2, overhypers, excuse me, overwatchers,
Wow, sick burn.
TF2 just has more modes to pick from. That includes Team Deathmatch.
Team Deathmatch? Wow, that really comes to show just how much research they put into this video.
Because the core mechanic of the game is getting good with multiple characters and switching when the situation demands it.
And just saying that in TF2 it isn't necessary?
And it's also important to note that none of them are a clone. We don't have any Links, Young Links, and Toon Links here, ladies and gentlemen.
So, you're saying that TF2 has clones?
Plus, in a time when gamers are more accepting than ever to play different characters,
Not saying that you're wrong, but could you maybe show us where you got these researches from? No? Okay.
Overwatch embraces diversity.
I would more say TF2 embraces diversity with how many ways you can customize your characters, but no sense.
But as fun as it may be to wreck shop with Reaper's Death Blossom, there's always gonna be a Widowmaker with Infrasight or someone else ready to counter it.
And of course, nothing in TF2 can counter each other.
You say TF2 is more balanced, and yet Overwatch's smaller team size per match allows for more strategically constructed teams compared to the massive battles of TF2.
Competitive.
And speaking of skill, the need to master not just one character, but multiple characters in order to be successful in this game.
So you're saying that in TF2 it's not important to master multiple characters in order to succeed? Now that is some bull.
And let's not forget as well, Overwatch simply looks and runs better. Team Fortress is a decade old, which makes it really hard to compete.
The first good point that this guy has made.
In Overwatch, if you're grouped up with a team who doesn't know what they're doing or who refuse to communicate, you may in fact lose through no fault of your own.
Second good point.
Overwatch is quite frankly the TF2 of the next generation of gaming.
And after only 1 year, pretty much died.
I fear no man, but that thing.
Team Deathmatch.